Welcome, everyone, to the original conference championship game. There's simply nothing quite like the intensity when an SEC title is on the line. All the legendary players, the epic moments who have made their mark on this occasion. The intensity is simply unmatched. Can't wait for this one. There's a lot more at stake than a championship trophy here today. There's playoff positioning and potentially just getting into the playoff on the line as well. So the stakes have never been higher. As we'll see the number 22 team in the country, the Florida Atlantic Owls, taking on the third-ranked team, the Kennesaw State Owls. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. Team is out there, and here we go. A conference championship on the line right now. This one will be fair caught. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? On the carry, he's heading left. Sophomore with a strong tackle there.
They're just trying to establish the run. There's not much there, but give credit to that defensive line, those linebackers attacking the line of scrimmage to negate any chance at all.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They call the draw play here. And just a short gain this time. They're able to get him down.
The defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Got him for a sack. A big play made by one of the senior leaders of this defense.
This is exactly how you can slow down the momentum and a rhythm of an offense. You got to get some tackles for loss and some sacks. This time, they come up with a sack by getting after that quarterback.
And he puts it out of bounds, so no return. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. First play of the drive, he looks left for a completion. And the defense swarms, not much of a gain on that completion.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen, not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Scanning the field, it's Smith. And looking for a big play here. And it's caught way downfield inside the 35.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
First and 10 now for the offense. There's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Got him. He's sacked. This offense faces a 2nd and 15. The O-line needs to regroup. And he drops back in the gun. Makes the throw across the middle of the field. And he pulls in the catch. They bring him down, but the game sets up the offense. First and goal from the 10.
A lot of times college quarterbacks, they're more comfortable working to the outside. Here's an example of a quarterback with a full field read, and he hits a big play in the middle.
Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
Here's the handoff, testing the middle. And he's finally tackled out at the 2-yard line.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
They come up 2 yards from the goal line. Can they punch it in here on third down? They'll try to run this one in. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Fourth and goal from the 2. Can this defense come up with a huge stop? Back to pass. It's Smith. Makes the catch. Can he get in? Fighting toward the goal line, but he's not going to make it. The defense stops him short. A turnover on downs.
Chris, I like the call here going for it on 4th down, but the receiver has got to do a better job of knowing exactly where that 1st down marker is and run that route a yard or 2 beyond the sticks to be able to give yourself a chance to pick up the 1st down. Instead, defense comes up with a stop and they get the ball back.
Grab near the sticks. It's Silva. And he will make the 1st down. Tackled at the 26.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the 1st down in the process.
Drive stays alive with that 1st down completion. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. You'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your 1st-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the 2nd and 3rd-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
And he's got it. In a big game before he goes out of bounds, the offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice game. Love to see the big man get his touch.
Fresh set of downs for the offense after that 1st down completion. Trying to create outside the pocket now. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
You know, they don't hit this downfield, but it gives you an idea of how much pressure this quarterback can put on this defense. They've got to cover all these receivers, worry about the running game, try to pressure the quarterback, and then deal with him when he breaks out and scrambles like that. He's a threat to run or throw.
Handoff here from the shotgun. 7-yard gain sets up a 3rd and 3.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice, solid gain.
Solid gain on the running play. 3rd down now. Caught near the sideline, but just a short gain.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the 1st down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this 4th down and short.
A bit too far away to trust a field goal attempt. The offense on the field on 4th down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. He's got it. A 4th down conversion. Drive stays alive. They make the tackle, but he easily gets 1st down yardage, and the drive keeps going.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On 4th down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but he's beyond the sticks for the 1st down.
Looking for the wide out. And it's complete. What a grab by the receiver right near the sideline.
The key here to me, Chris, is the receiver runs a precise route, and the timing is impeccable. The quarterback cannot hesitate, because if he does, it could be pick 6 going the other way.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Only a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Boy, I'm a big fan of that jet sweep motion like that. It really forces a defense to stretch them out horizontally and can create some vertical seams for this offense. They got some positive yards. Didn't quite get the 1st down, but I'll tell you what they've done. Planted a seed on this defense, and they better defend this style of playing moving forward.
They'll run it from the gun. Got a lane. Can he get in? Oh, and he fumbles. Looks like the defense has it.
Man, Chris, we can hear the contact from that hit all the way up here in the booth. So, hey, it's easy to blame the ball carrier, but I don't know if anybody could have been able to hold on to the ball after that hit.
Kennesaw State's offense out there now. the shotgun run call.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Now it's second down here. The throw, it's Smith. Short connection to the tight end here. He'll earn the first down, but pay for it with a hard hit.
Well, the defense loads up to show blitz, and anytime they bring that kind of pressure, the quarterback knows he's got to be able to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Nice job of locating the tight end for that first down.
Off the play fake, looking to throw. Lets it fly to the wideout. Beautiful catch right near the sideline. Gets the foot down.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. And here's the handoff. The gain is 3. Now it's second down and 7.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. The shotgun handoff here. They bring him down just short of the marker, inches away from a first down.
Hey, nice RPO here by the offense. Defense is going to sit back, make it easy on the quarterback, hand it off up the middle. Nice, solid gain. Stay ahead of the chains.
On third and short, they hand the ball off. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Yeah, I love how the back didn't really dance around trying to make a big play. He knew it's third down in inches, lower the shoulder, get the first down.
See what the call is on 1st and 10. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. They'll switch it up, looking to throw. And he lofts it toward the left sideline. Pass caught. Can he get in?
Oh, just outstanding execution here by this offense. The offensive line gives the quarterback time, and the quarterback's anticipation was on point. Puts that ball right in the money. The receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
Getting set to kick the ball off now. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. And the Florida Atlantic offense takes the field again. The last possession ended in a costly fumble in plus territory. They can't have another one of those here. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. When offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
On the ground, it's Silva. And the runner brought down after just a short gain.
Well, another short game for this offense on the ground, and you got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They have really negated that aspect of this offense the entire first half and really making them one-dimensional. And if that doesn't change, I don't know how they get back into this game.
Offense appeared to be confused about the snap count there, and it cost them 5. Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 25. What's the call going to be? Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Fires it to the wideout. Cannot connect. Incomplete, and now 4th down.
Oh, man, nearly a disastrous play there by the quarterback. Look at his facial expressions right now. He knows that he caught a break, trying to force the ball in there. He's going to have to make better decisions moving forward and work through his progressions to find his open man.
got some daylight turning on the speed. And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. Here comes the Owls offense back out there. The passing game was so effective in the last possession, right down for a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. Wow, juke the first tackler. That was enough to make the first down.
Just a great play by the running back here, finding his lanes and then exploding through the gap when it opened up.
So the offense with the 1st and 10 now. The football placed exactly at midfield. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Ball is free in the backfield. The defense recovers the fumble.
I think that's on the quarterback and the offensive line. They were breathing down his quarterback's neck before he could even recognize that they were there, and they were able to knock it loose.
1st down here for this offense. Using his legs, it's Silva. He's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Fresh set of downs for the offense. 1st down. He'll hand it off. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
I mean, Chris, you have to admire this offense. They continue to try to sprinkle in the run game, even though it's not been able to really get established. But they're not just becoming one-dimensional. You got to respect that, and hopefully at some point it'll pay off.
We'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. Quarterback escapes the pocket and takes off. He'll be wrapped up on the scramble there, settling for a short gain. Important 3rd down play coming up. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Then as he gets the pass away. And the pass is dropped incomplete, would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball.
And I am so impressed with the athletic ability and speed of this defense. Quarterback does a pretty good job of keeping the play alive, scrambling off to his right. But that defensive speed and their aggressive nature get to him.
Looks like no return here as that punt heads out of bounds. Here comes the Kennesaw State offense back out on the field. They're looking to protect the lead and protect the football. The last possession number ended in a fumble. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the 1st down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. To throw, it's Smith. Caught quickly. They make the stop just short of. It's like inches to go, and now 4th down. Not the news the coach was hoping to hear. He took a chance calling a timeout to get the replay. We'll see if that proves to be crucial. On their own side of the 50, they're going to go for it here on 4th and inches. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Early movement there will cost the offense 5 yards. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Special teams on the field now. Here comes a punt. No fair catch. Looking to make a return here. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. Finally forced out of bounds, but a solid return that time. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. First play of the drive, they look to the right. There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense.
Well, a lot of times you match up a wide receiver, you get a linebacker on him. I like to think that the wide receiver can shake him. This linebacker is really athletic and is able to make plays in space.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Missed his receiver. It's incomplete.
Everything about this play tells you about today's offenses and what they're asking out of their running backs. You can't just be a guy who runs the football anymore. You have to be able to catch it as well. He didn't do a very good job of it on this play.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. Looking for a deep completion. And it's incomplete again. Fourth down coming up.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this third down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
And the returner brought down by the coverage team there. Kennesaw State's offense out there now. They had to punt the ball last time. Now they're looking to add points, build on this lead. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Receiver makes the catch, and the ball to the ground. Defense recovers the fumble. It's a turnover.
Well, the defense showing their team speed on that play, flying around that receiver. He made the catch, but he didn't do a good job of securing the football, and the ball comes out.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? Slides to avoid the big hit. Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. It's complete. Over to Juke, gets free now. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Well, the defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback, recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
About time this offense gets going. It's a 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. Got space, looking to score. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Owls. And now here comes the point after attempt.
Boy, as a defensive coordinator, you've got to be careful being so worried about this pass game and this quarterback that you're a little bit soft up front and it costs you. That's exactly what happened here as they score this touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Henry. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. Here comes the Owls offense back out there. That fumble from the last possession set up a touchdown, and they bounce back from that costly error here. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Dropping back, it's Smith. Using his legs on the scramble. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got him. You've got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure, tucks it, and picks up some big yards.
And they stuff him on 3rd and short. Defense knew it was coming. And now the defense will call a timeout here. There's something they didn't like about that look, and they'll make an adjustment before this important play. Here we go. They're going to go for it on 4th and inches in their own territory. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Takes a big shot there from the defense, but moves the sticks. First down.
Trends show guys that are continuing to go for it on 4th down. What's crazy to me, Chris, is deep in your own territory to go for it on 4th down. It's a big risk, but it pays off here.
And looking to throw now on 1st down. Catch made on the left side. He picks up the 1st down, but gets drilled on the tackle. That's a nice pickup there. They find some space in the zone and pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, really nice call here, Chris, to be able to pick up this 1st down on this drag route. The quarterback does a nice job of being patient, waiting for that window to open up in that zone, and he put it right on the money for the receiver to have a chance to not just catch.
And it's the senior getting home with the sack. Offense stops the clock with their 2nd timeout to talk strategy. The offense will look to regroup here at 2nd and 11. And the quarterback dropping back. Who makes the grab? To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. They crank up the tempo here for this important 3rd down play. Back to throw. It's Smith. Trying to extend the play. And the junior gets home, making a sack there. And the defense will spend their 2nd timeout here to make some adjustments.
Interesting call here by the defense in their dime set with 6 defensive backs. Instead of manning up and applying pressure on the receivers, they sit back. Make it tougher on the quarterback, make him have to read their zone coverage. He gets confused and allows the defensive line to get to the quarterback.
They start the drive looking for some late fireworks here, less than 30 seconds before halftime. He's going to take off. Breaks loose at the 40. Quarterback gets down to avoid the big hit. And the offense will now quickly spend a timeout. The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. 1st down. Looking to throw the football. And he'll loft it to the end zone. Oh, and it's incomplete. He flat out dropped what would have been a touchdown. 2nd down coming up now.
Really good job here by the defense in coverage. Did a nice job here of staying in phase with the receiver. There's no chance for a completion at all.
He's back to throw again on 2nd down. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Well, that's the thing with this guy. You've got the ability to flex him out. He shows his versatility, what he can do from that slot position. He could be the quarterback safety blanket.
Going to pick up the 3rd and short through the air. There's a shot toward the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone. He'll be brought down as time runs out here in the 1st half. Minute's going to wrap up the 1st half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. All right, let's get the 2nd half going now. The kickoff team is out there. Here comes the return from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. Here comes the Kennesaw State offense back out on the field. Movement here from the tight end. First play of the 2nd half, they keep it on the ground. They'll tackle him out across the 20.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on 1st down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
We'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Brought down to the 28, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
He's moving out of the pocket. Choosing to just throw the ball away that time. Second down play now coming up.
But I like this play. Not only is it the right play, throwing it away like that, but given that he had no other option, he just did what he's supposed to do to survive and get ready for this next down.
Incomplete, so it's second down and 10. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Dropping back, it's Smith. He's looking deep here. Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. They finally tackle him at the 4. That's a solid gain on the pitch and catch.
Now that's called making adjustments at halftime and coming out, believing in those adjustments and attacking a defense. Good job here with the execution and a great throw by the quarterback.
Here's the handoff on 1st and goal. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, this defense is being challenged. They're close to their own goal line, but how about this play? All 11 guys coming together. They stood firm. The result is a short loss for the offense. Nice job.
Interesting choice here on the goal line. 5 wide receivers on 2nd and goal. From the gun, he looks for an open man. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
On 1st and goal, Chris, they run the football and lose yards. And here on 2nd down, they try to throw it in, come up with a sack. What can the offensive coordinator come up with here on 3rd down? Because they've been going in reverse on these last couple plays.
He's escaping the pocket now. The defense stops him there on the scramble, close to the goal line, but not in.
Oh, my gosh, Chris. I thought he was going to be able to find a way to get to the end zone. He is such a threat when he takes off. He pulls that ball down and tries to get to the end zone on these scrambles, but the defense just keeps him out of the goal line.
Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the 1st down.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All he had to do was get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. Return man decides to signal fair catch. Here comes the FAU offense back out on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. The game moves the ball to the 34.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And that will pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at 38.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1.
So much pressure on the defense against the RPO because you're always going to be wrong if it's executed correctly. Here they were determined to stop the run. The problem is you leave yourself vulnerable to a throw into a flat. Right flat's open, the quarterback makes the right throw, and look at these yards.
How aggressive will they be on this 1st down play? There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Wow, lays out and makes a spectacular catch. Tackle made, but a strong arm throw by the senior quarterback.
Chris, when that quarterback threw that football, I didn't think that play had much of a chance. And how about the effort by this wide receiver to lay out and come up with that completion for positive yards?
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
First and 10 play coming up. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Physical running, fights off the defender. Touchdown, FAU. Wills his way to the end zone. Now the all-important extra point.
Chris, we get so caught up in this era of the spread, of throwing the football, and the quarterback and the receivers. This is a great example of the value of having a running back that has a nose for the end zone and can take it in for a touchdown.
Bringing it out. It's Henry. They tackle him at the 9. That's good coverage, but he should have left the ball in the end zone. Kennesaw State's offense out there now. Let's see if they can keep that passing game going. The last possession, very efficient, precise. Caught in the backfield. It's Henry. And they get him down after the completion.
Okay, they get some positive yards here, but just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, you kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Scanning the field. It's Smith. Looking to scramble. Going to try to use his legs here. The defense will wrap him up, but he's able to scramble for a first down and keep the drive going.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the first down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the first, keep this drive moving.
Important second down play coming up. From the shotgun, handoff inside. And it's good for a first down to the 36.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
New set of downs for the offense, first and 10. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Receiver makes the grab. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
But they love going to this guy in the slot, don't they? What a mismatch inside. He reels in another one. This guy's automatic.
On first and 10, looking to throw. And they heave it deep downfield. It's caught. Did he get a foot in? Yes, they say it's a catch, a big gain. He's marked out of bounds after an excellent game, but there is a flag on the field. This one might be coming back. The penalty backs him up, first and very long. Looks like the QB is changing the play at the line. Dropping back, it's Smith. And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Oh, and he can't come up with the catch in the end zone. It's going to be second down now.
Chris, not only really good coverage here by the defense, but I love their awareness. That ball is in the air, headed to the end zone, and the ball is separated from the receiver with the contact.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. And he's tackled just short of the midfield line at the 49.
It's a good, solid game, 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but it is third down and long. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. Oh, and he can't quite hold on. A great chance for their first interception here today, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
And I think the quarterback here forces the ball because it's third down. But he's got to be careful having the ball on his own side of the field. That ball was almost picked off.
So the drive stalls, the punt team on the field. Not a very good boot. Sets up the offense in great field position. And the return ends with the man stepping out of bounds. Florida Atlantic offense takes the field again. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. Short throw complete to the tight end. The runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards.
This is why running the football is so important. You run the ball and you don't play action. It affects the eyes of the safeties and the linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
And the tackle is made on what's going to be the final play of this period. Big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on third down. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here. Third and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this 4th and short.
Now the defense appeared to jump before the snap, and the flag comes out. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. So 1st and 10 for the offense after a costly 4th down penalty on the defense. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Fires it to the wideout. Here's a wide open receiver, complete. Oh, the football comes out. Recovery by the defense, headed the other way.
Well, when you're running your quote-unquote 4-minute offense, it's a combination of working the clock and getting productive yards. They were doing that. And then to end it with a fumble just ruins that opportunity. Now you give your opponent a chance to not just get the recovery, but a chance to go down and win the game.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Hand it off. And he's stopped after gaining 4 yards. So 2nd and 6.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards here on 1st and 10.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Looking downfield. It's Smith. And here comes a deep shot. Deep shot caught down inside the 20. Conference championship on the line. This quarterback told us, this is my time to shine. This is my stage, Kurt, where he is delivering.
Well, anytime you see a performance like this out of a quarterback, it's like the stars are in alignment. The quarterback's doing his job. The play caller is seeing the defense and putting him in a position to have success. But let's not forget the line and the receivers, the job that they're doing as well. It's a dream performance so far by this quarterback.
PAT is up and good. The lead by a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. Here's the fair catch by the return man. Here comes the FAU offense back out on the field. Last possession, they fumbled it away, and it set up a touchdown drive. Can they bounce back from that right away? Breaking free at the 35. That'll pick up a first down out at the 37.
Well, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
It's a 1st and 10 play coming up for the offense. Snags the quick throw. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
Well, 4th quarter down by a couple of scores. This offense doing everything they can to not just score points, but do it in a hurry. Try to preserve the clock. Here, they're tackled in bounds. They don't pick up a first down. Good job by this defense to keep that clock moving.
That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
They tackle him at the 48, but it's enough for a new first down.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
Wow, they get positive yards here, but I have a sense that they wanted a little bit more with that pitching catch.
Second down after that previous play. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. Powers through. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
Well, it looked like the quarterback had everything that he needed there. Had great protection. The receiver ran a nice route. Just not able to convert there on that third down. Let's see what their decision is on fourth down coming up.
Here we are late in a one-score game, and they're going to go for it on fourth down. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. And he's swarmed by the pass rush. A sack to end this drive.
Now the quarterback's got to get the ball out of his hands. He had a lot of time back there in the pocket, looking over the field, desperately trying to find an open receiver. Nobody's open, but he still has got to take off or try to make a play. Instead, he's sacked, and it's a turnover on downs.
Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Out of bounds after another huge chunk on the ground. What a job by this offensive line today. And that run is good for first down yardage. A new set of downs for this offense. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Here comes a throw from the red zone. Looking for 6. And it's intercepted. A crushing play.
What a play by the defense. Really, the only way they can get back into this game is to create a turnover. They get an interception, and they're in business.
And the Florida Atlantic offense takes the field again. Last time out there, they got stopped on fourth down, but it didn't cost them anything. Let's see what the mindset is here. Almost intercepted, falls incomplete, but a risky attempt there. Would have been his second pick today.
Pretty nice catch here, but a missed opportunity for interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, but hands, sometimes a little questionable, as we saw here.
Incomplete. Second down coming up. On the shotgun, it's a handoff. And a decent gain there before the defense brings him down.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Interesting play call here. Third and short inside their own 20. They want to get this drive going, or a punt could give the opponents excellent field position.
Well, that takes the wind right out of your sails. This offense is trying to find a way to get back into this game, and another pressure and a sack against their quarterback.
Here we go. Down one score. They're going to go for it on fourth down. Someone moved this a bit too early. It'll cost him 5 yards. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. And the punt team makes its way onto the field. On to kick now for the 5th time today. And it's a solid punt headed toward the sideline. And punt sails out of bounds. There'll be no return this time. Guys up front lined up. It's first down. The ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Going to try to run inside, but nowhere to go.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Here's the second down play. Handoff from the shotgun. Makes the defender miss. They get him down, but not before he moves the football to the 32.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. You got to rely on that offensive line in the running game here to be able to secure a victory. Good call, and just keep working that clock.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. They stop him at the 22. This offense in great scoring position now.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
Bringing pressure. Oh, a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play.
If I'm on this offensive line, man, I do not want to see the game film. This has been a tough game for the big boys. It appears almost like they've just been moonwalking the entire game, and they've been pushed all around. That's 6 sacks surrendered already in this game.
Second down now after the sack. Handoff as they try to work the clock here. Tackle finally made. That's a very solid gain, but not close to first down yardage here. Offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. Third and long. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
How about the call here? They call it the screen on third down and short. You don't see that called very often. They're not able to even complete the pass, so no chance at a conversion. So we got fourth and short.
Kick is good. Gives the offense 3 points to show for that drive. And they add to their lead.
Now, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
Here comes the FAU offense back out on the field. This group is coming off a quick 3 and out. Can they put something together in this drive? Catch hauled in here over the middle. Second down here. Time for perhaps just one more play before the 2-minute warning. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They stop him at the 47, but that's enough for a first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Short pass finds the tight end. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Well, this offense has a long way to be able to get back and potentially win this game, but they're doing the right things, managing the clock, picking up good yards, and getting out of bounds.
Offense keeps moving. It's a completion for a first down. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. And he just throws that one away. Took a big shot, but avoids the sack.
Well, sometimes an answer for an offensive coordinator against a good pass rush is to move the launching point. Move the quarterback from one spot to another to affect the rhythm of the pass rush. That's not having any kind of impact at all on this defense. They're getting after this quarterback no matter where he is. They do a good job of it right here.
You're going to pull it down and run. Finding some room with the 25. He'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. The clock is still running. They got to get set quickly. From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. And it's incomplete. He just missed his target, overthrowing it. Second down play coming up for this offense. There's the snap. Quarterback setting up to throw. And it's intercepted. Going the other way. Can they catch him? That's a pick and a long return before finally being taken down.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back. They're trying to work themselves back into this game here in the second half. And the defense comes up with a big turnover that could be the nail in the coffin.
Here comes the Owls offense back out there. Up by 2 possessions here. They have a chance to put the game on ice right now. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? To the air. It's Smith. Pressure is coming. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up 3rd down.
What a spot there by the defender. And if you think about it, if he swatted that ball and it fluttered into the air, he would have had himself a deflection and a pick.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a 1st down. Handoff here from the shotgun. The defense stops him short of the marker, so it's 4th down coming up. Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. And at 4th down, they'll punt it away here. And here's the return. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. The offense now operating in empty. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He cannot escape the defense with a sack. And the offense will wisely spend a timeout after the play. Clock management is going to be very important here in the final minutes. This offense faces a 2nd and 15. The O-line needs to regroup. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Escapes the pocket. And he'll step out of bounds after a solid gain on that run.
I love that this guy's not willing to just give up on plays. You know, he's got enough athletic ability to give you some positive yards in the run game, and he's able to do that right here.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Running out of time in the pocket. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack.
And just like that, you squeeze the life out of this offense. That's another sack by this defense. They have been in that backfield the entire game, and a big reason why these guys are enjoying a lead.
Pass rush closing in. And it's incomplete, and the drive will fizzle out here in the final minutes. 1st down here for this offense. Back's got it. And he'll make his way out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the 1st down, but he got it.
And he just throws the ball away there and lives to play another down. That's a smart choice on 1st down. It's a 2nd and goal play for the offense. Looking to pass. It's Smith. He's running out of time here. Down he goes. A sack. Wow, what a tremendous run these guys have had. And now they can call themselves champions of the SEC. That's one of the most difficult titles to earn in this sport. And now with the playoff looming, we can find out how they fare against the 11 other best teams in the nation. And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.